It was a stormy night. Emily had only been married for 8 days, but her husband Daniel lay unconscious in a New York City hospital, trapped in a coma. The beeping of the machines and the sound of rain against the windows filled the silent room. Emily's tears would not stop, and Daniel's mother, Margaret, just stared at the wall, lost in her own thoughts. Later that night, when they returned to their old townhouse in Brooklyn, Margaret saw something terrifying. A dark shadow moved near the basement door, then appeared again at the balcony, watching them. Her heart nearly stopped, her hands turning ice cold. Meanwhile, Emily fell into a disturbing dream. She was running through the dark paths of Central Park, chased by something she could not see clearly. Suddenly, a tall, horrifying figure appeared in front of her, with long claws, a blood-stained face, and glowing red eyes. Emily screamed for help, and the sound of her own voice jolted her awake as Margaret shook her. Breathless, she whispered, "That dark shadow, it was trying to take me." Margaret's face turned pale, for she had seen the same shadow before. Her mind went back 25 years earlier to a night in Boston. Margaret's car had struck a pregnant woman on the road. The woman lay there crying for help, but Margaret's driver refused to take her to the hospital. That night, both the woman and her unborn child died. Since then, Margaret had often heard cries in the dark and seen the shadow of a woman near her. A priest in Boston had once told her, "It's the spirit of that woman. She wants to take your child with her. Only prayers and redemption can set her free." But Daniel had insisted they return to the old house in Brooklyn, and now the haunting had begun again. That night, Margaret cried out to the spirit, "Take me instead, but please spare my son." The spirit's voice echoed in the dark. "Do you know what it feels like to watch your child die in front of you? Now you will watch your son suffer the same way." Before Margaret could answer, Emily stepped forward, her voice trembling yet strong. "Please, don't punish him for something he didn't do. If you want peace, let us give it to you. I promise we will help you find rest." The spirit fell silent. Slowly, its anger began to fade. By morning, Emily opened her eyes for the first time in days. The shadow dissolved into mist and disappeared. Weeks later, Emily and Margaret went back to Boston. In a quiet church, they held a memorial service for the woman and her child, praying for their peace. The spirit was finally set free, but Margaret carried the weight of guilt for the rest of her life, whispering to herself, "If only I had helped her that night, my family would have been whole."